Hello, fuck cape shit. And welcome to another episode of Shittywebcomics Weekly, brought to you by our subscribe star backers. Linked below, you get access to all sorts of bonus stuff, including these episodes early, but if you're listening to this, it's most likely they've already been up. So now you missed out. Anyways, we're continuing the covering of something we wanted. I remember wanting to do this. It was like a couple years ago, actually, when we first saw the whole STBR, Star Trek but racist stuff. Because I followed a few people. In fact, we'll actually get into that. I followed
They're
a few
by far the
people.
most interesting people, like especially
Yes,
on Twitter.
actually interesting, funny people who say funny things, and I
It's
really
hard
like
to
the whole
find.
meme. And a couple
Normally,
friends joined in on it.
you look around the internet, everyone who is funny has already been banned.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of, and well, that's been happening also here. Some of these people still around, but yeah, a lot of them had been banned and whatever. But yesterday, I made a tweet being like, "Well, we did a video about Star Trek but racist," and some of the people who already followed me, in fact, it was Manlet Thorne, replied and just tagged a shitload of the people in the reply, and it got a bunch of their attention. And they're like, "What? What's going on? What's this about?" And I was like, "Well, I just realized we completely forgot to mention Doctor Thunder entirely because I remember that was a big part of the beginning, which it confused me." But I was like, so clearly we're missing a lot of the older content, the earlier seasons, I guess they refer to it as, um, of this stuff. And so I was like, hey, if any of you guys have that stuff, go ahead and send it to me. We could do another video. And so I got a bunch of links. But even as many links as I got, I know it's just scraping the tip of the iceberg of stuff. Like some of these are from 2020, which is 2 years ago now. Feel old yet? But they're old enough, but they're also just bits and pieces. And also there's some really good stuff that I didn't even notice. But here we'll get into this. It was starting with this was just something from Alex P. Cretan where he drew Princess High Ground and Trolley McDouche as a Q. Go, she doesn't understand, which was kind of a reference to something we've been making fun of some of the other people. I think people in Comicsgate, and we're going, he doesn't understand, and just laughing. I think we threw that into a clip of one of the videos of oh yeah, the one about Yellow Flash. We threw in the Q clip of that, and just in general other stuff like that, and that became like a big laughing point of anytime somebody in Comicsgate or whoever would be very clearly confused or stupid about something, and
Oh, often.
so
Damn.
it happens a little too often for my taste. Perhaps you could put it that way. Anyway, za. So moving on though, some of the many posts and shit I got linked to. Here's one from last year. Friendly Wayoon linked me to a ton of the ones he did and some of the ones that other people did. And from there, I also observed and checked out some others and got a lot of helpful links from this wonderful friendly community. Actually, they actually are friendly. But
It's kind of like the racist community
yes,
are the most tolerant and accepting
yes.
community
I
of
fucking hate the
all.
racist community. They like you. They're cool with anything, no matter who you are, as long as you're racist. But yeah, the first one here is and he linked. So the first ones were just like 20 by him. So I shuffled around some of the later ones by other people just randomly too. So in sort of no particular order. Is like Ferengi and Federation. It's like, or no, this isn't Federation. This is Major Kira, because you could tell by the earring, and also smelly, dumb Federation scum going. So gonna let us explore the Gamma Quadrant, right? And then the Chad Vorta going, no. And it's funny because the Vorta weren't the heads of the Dominion. Of course, they were just the main diplomatic representatives. But still, it would be the Vorta who would say no, because why would the fucking founders even personally get involved? That's what the Vorta's for. Somebody from a suspended account asked for something, clearly asking for the Ferengi hand rubbing fucking edit. Here you go. That's a good one. The next one is just what is clearly in reply to yet another suspended account. Just fair warning, you'll be seeing that a lot. But this is sort of like establishing the fucking Nurse Ratched as the fucking Bajoran. Clearly establishing her as like feminist leader. I have a degree in Bajoran from Jalanda City University and a published author and nationally competing Bajoro feminist con ma slam poet. Don't embarrass yourself, Lamau. And that's it, like quote tweeting probably somebody fucking saying something similar and just mocking them with fucking Bajoran shit. Here's another one from alt-right Barclay. On my way to make sure the Dominion wins the war after I find out what the Federation schools are teaching 6-year-olds. I always loved these fucking the action scenes from the space battle scenes from Deep Space Nine were always fucking fantastic.
They're incredible.
But yeah, this for anyone who can't see those, like Eurobeat with like some guy drifting his fucking Honda, whatever, his riced out Honda in front of the fucking space battles from DS9. This one's from today, actually. Simp Neelix posted it's the fucking Sopranos meme with ton. You mean to be telling us these are little hamsters, but they have big adventures? I don't know. Something doesn't add up. This is clearly a perfect example of the disgusting hard right extremism on display from the Star Trek but racist community. Just disgusting, nauseating behavior.
The most offensive thing I've ever seen.
Ugh. Here's another one. Just a Romulan warship has just decloaked, and it's like two goths.
They're goth fucking officers. Goth girl Federation officers pointing at a fucking Romulan warbird. So it's like it's just that. Again, fucking disgusting, hardcore right-wing racism, extremism. Intolerable,
untolerable. Here's another one. In honor of my new follower, Lucky Ted, I will be doing a complete analysis of his favorite TNG episode, Code of Honor. This episode is the most complex episode thematically, speaking of TNG, with a possible exception of the one where Dr. Crusher tries to fuck a ghost. October 7th, 2021. So this might have been actually after Red Letter Media did their best episodes of TNG and possibly even the season 1 recap thing. Because they mentioned Code of Honor several times. And because Code of Honor was a perfect example of like early, first 2 seasons of TNG that I would just, if I even saw those on, I would actually change the channel and just watch anything. I would watch Jay Leno instead, which, not good. Not a good thing.
Jay Leno is superior.
It was still better than watching like the first 2. I mean, now I understand fucking for the meme, but anyways, yeah, 1 out of question mark. So let's continue the thread. The episode begins with the Enterprise making contact with a new world. The people of this planet are called Ligonians, a word that contains all of the letters necessary to spell the words Nigas. This is not a coincidence. It was completely intended by Gene Roddenberry, 2 out of infinity. And then
it's one letter off from also being able to spell the word ligma.
Yes, exactly. In fact, that's really what it sounds like. Maybe fucking Gene Roddenberry was really onto something that we really couldn't have even thought about back then.
He was so ahead of his time.
A little too much, perhaps, for my tastes. But the next post, we learn that not only is this culture completely backwards and dumb, but worst of all, it's completely controlled by black women, and they've held the planet back 3 out of 8,645.
What is the message?
Yeah, what's the message of this episode? Perhaps, I mean, that's why we're reading this analysis, to find out. Upon making contact with white people from a different planet, King Shaka, yeah, when the walls fell, or whatever his name is, becomes infatuated with the first white woman he sees, probably because he's never met a woman that doesn't talk with the volume of a concert speaker. 4 out of milk. The next one, however, King Shaka's behavior does not go unnoticed, as all black males have been reduced to the status of neats on Ligonia, similar to black males today, buck-broken. His woman feels that she has all the power in the relationship and begins to take action. 5 out of Hilja. Captain Picard, as an enlightened liberal, attempts to be reasonable with King Shaka, but King Shaka ignores him. You think all the people on the show I mean, this most likely is a big reason why fucking Denise Crosby left the show. She's like, this is what the show's going to be. This is going to be fucking embarrassing. I don't blame her for wanting to walk off the show after the first season. The first season was that bad. And there was no sign that it was going to get better. Except for Gene Roddenberry being sick.
Star Trek Discovery.
Yeah.
You're on Star Trek Discovery, and it's like, wait, so they've replaced the warp drive with like some magic space mushroom?
They replaced it with mushroom. And also there's a giant tardigrade. Isn't that cool? What does it do? I don't know. I literally don't know, because I saw a picture of it and it's like, this is in the show? Is this part of the ship? Where the fuck did this ship come from? This is a prequel, right? How come they don't mention this on any other Star Trek show that came after it? And as far as I know, that's never answered, and it never will be. Anyway, Captain Picard is the enlightened liberal, as Ligonians have no other method to solving personal problems than violence. King Shaka's white bride and the crew of the Enterprise find themselves in danger. There's all a plot by King Shaka to get rid of his black wife and replace her with a new... This is actually accurate to the plot of the episode, isn't it? Now, I don't have to watch the episode. I could just read this thread and know what happens.
I'll admit, I've never seen this episode before. I've seen almost everything else from the entire series.
I think 90% of the season 1 episodes I haven't watched. The only one I know I've watched all of was Conspiracy, because it was so fucking stupid. And I didn't watch Skin of Evil.
Watchable, though.
That's why, it's a little embarrassing to realize
happen in it.
The fucking Armis, in the previous video we did, I was like, Armis, who I think is just some guy. I didn't recognize Armis was the fucking the tar monster that kills Deanna Crusher. I can't even remember Denise Crosby's character's name anymore. I'm fucking completely burned out right now. Just woke up, not ready fucking for doing videos. But we got to do this video. It's very important. But, what's her name? What's the fucking character's name?
Mm-hmm.
Well, whatever. Denise Crosby's character. That's the important thing. Her character's name is Denise Crosby. This is a character. But, the episode where she gets killed, I fucking don't, I've never seen it. I think I watched 1 minute of it.
I know I've seen it. I think, yeah.
I've seen screen caps and little tiny clips, And I'm
I've
like,
seen all the other episodes. I saw the episode where Dr. Crusher tries to fuck a ghost.
yeah, that. You know what is sad about that episode is I was so happy to be watching TNG. I watched the episode first run. It was like brand new episode, and I was like,
Yeah, we
cool.
were jumping on board the entire franchise
Yeah,
when DS9 started airing.
yeah.
It's
Like
like,
I was
check out
excited.
what is
Even
this Star Trek thing?
I was happy even to see Descent, and Descent Part Two is like, oh, what's gonna happen with Data
Yeah,
and lore?
especially when I was a kid,
Yeah,
when a lot of these episodes first aired, it's like, oh man, this is amazing.
yeah. I was very young, so it's like I can be excused. Like it was 12, 13, something
I
like
mean,
that.
it's like Star Trek was such a new thing for me.
It was such a new thing to enjoy. It was like, holy shit, there's like, even with seasons one and two completely out of the picture, that means there were still, at that time, like five entire seasons of TNG where almost every episode was at least good, and like at least a third of them were fucking great. Even the generic episodes were fucking excellent. Like the fucking Die Hard on the Enterprise episode, I really liked that one because it was just well made, well put together. And it's like you like these characters, you want to. It's funny because it was early Picard as action hero, but it was something you can actually really buy and believe. Because it was kind of, more low key. It was just a few people get on the ship while it's supposed to be shut down and being scanned for. In a way, it makes sense. It's like scan every fucking millimeter of the ship for like any fucking with something that would just vaporize any like bacteria or virus or something like that. It's like that makes sense. Um. Anyways. Getting back to the episode, though, Tasha Yar, it just came to me. I don't know why you didn't remember that, but I just woke up a few minutes ago, so I'm fucking not thinking of anyone's
I
character's
didn't
name.
know who you were talking about.
The fucking Denise Crosby, whatever. But, and it was, yeah, King Shaka's plan to get rid of his black wife and replace her with a new one, making the two fight. However, this plan falls apart when the Western medicine manages to resuscitate his black wife after her duel with Yar. Oh, I could have just read the rest of this. Making his life a living hell forever. Beyond this, we see nothing of the Ligonian civilization. It can be assumed that they were simply not advanced enough of a civilization to have any impact on the Alpha Quadrant. However, after complying all the or compiling, I think, all the Star Trek knowledge I possess, I've narrowed down the location of space Wakanda, and unfortunately, they border two hostile Alpha Quadrant empires. Were likely conquered by the more advanced peoples of the Klingons and the Romulans. A tragedy. And here's fucking Gul Dukat as a Romulan. Gul Dukat, why are you a Romulan?
I become a Romulan. I will say this though. Usually though, they probably wouldn't even bother conquering an unadvanced culture.
Yeah, they would actually just ignore them, which would be even. Yeah, if they conquered this culture, it would have made them become more advanced.
Yeah, or kind of like actually like the Borg, where it's like when they assimilated Galaxians, they actually were like, "No, kill him. We need to go back on this."
Yeah, but can we unassimilate the Talaxians, please? I always liked the fucking the Romulan uniform that was very standard, almost generic, but at the same time not. The TNG uniforms, that is. I mean, this is actually not a good example because he has some kind of goofy shoulder thing, which they just straight up dumped. Um, so it was just this standard kind of checker pattern. It's like checker winter camo with the big, broad shoulder pads. They kind of look comfy. It's like they're wearing comfy quilts all the time. How practical of the Romulans. It makes it look like their planet might be cold all the time, too. And they're just wearing comfy things all the time as a practical thing. This, the next one, here's the next one in the list of the big ass file of fucking tweets I had listed. was Tom, maybe they commit more crimes, Paris, saying, "Come along now, kitten. Daddy is going to warp 10 in its fucking threshold." That's another thing that, as much
He's
as
indeed gonna go to Warp 10.
I was talking about, like how the first two seasons of TNG are just painful to watch. I watched every episode of the first seasons of Voyager, and that was the first time I just stopped watching a show. I just couldn't. After fucking bird people who don't have warp drive, as far as I don't know, they never established that the fucking Kazon had warp. But so it
I
always
don't think
looks like
he
the
did.
Kazon just never are able to go after them in warp because they never show it. But they take the entire ship. They don't. One thing we do know, they can't replicate. They don't have replicators. They don't have transporters. They don't have water. They have space travel,
That's
but they
especially one thing that it never made sense to me. They also like don't have shields, and it's like
yeah,
shouldn't a lot of these fights be over instantly? Just beam a bomb over to their fucking dumbass ship.
yeah, just blow it up from the inside. Yeah, I fucking yeah, I don't know. It doesn't make sense. They never established it properly, but they show that their ships are big, but it's like, so what? You know, fucking the why not shoot another one of those tri-cobalt devices? Which, what's tri-cobalt gonna do? I guess it's bad. This fucking I love that the whole thing of the tri-cobalt device is like it's supposed to be like a newer, it's the newer version of the photon torpedo, and then like, no, who cares? And then it only gets brought up again in the Voyager conspiracy because Seven of Nine's like, why specifically did they use tricobalt devices? Because it's able to tear a hole open in the space-time continuum for a portal to go through. And Janeway knew all about it, and it's just fucking. That was a good episode, actually, though. That
It
shows
was a
that
good.
like
I also make
TNG.
fun of a lot of conspiratards.
Yeah, but the thing is that,
It was great.
like TNG, the first two seasons mostly dog shit, but they actually did kind of like Voyager's still not as good as TNG in its prime, but a lot of good episodes, a lot of wasted potential in Voyager, but a lot of good episodes later after Seven of Nine joined, who not just because she was a good character and Jerry Ryan's a good actress, but because just they had a sort of a changeover in I think the creators just to a little bit of a degree. I think
Yeah.
Ronald D. Moore I think came along for a little bit, and then I think he bailed because it was like
Well, yeah, I think Ronald D. Moore did what was it, Equinox, and then like one episode after that, and then he fucking dropped the
yeah,
show.
he was like, okay, I can't really get anything good done, and then he went off to make the Battlestar Galactica reboot, which I liked a lot. I thought the ending was a little weird, but the very ending of the ending I thought was good. I remember people cashing out on that when they're like the magic Cylon baby blood cures a tank shark. This is bullshit. They're all silent. They're listening to all along the watchtower. This is bullshit. And it's like,
Well, basically, it was kind of sketchy.
it was weird. It was kind of a weird show,
I
and
appreciate that they were trying some stuff.
I
It was
just
just
like that it was something to watch. I mean, considering what we're getting now in like new Trek, Battlestar Galactica is fucking legit good. Um,
legitimate genius compared to fucking
yes,
Discovery and Picard.
genius, brilliant genius. Yeah, exactly. But I mean, that shouldn't be our criteria. Like, we should be able to look at Battlestar Galactica as being okay or having a lot of good stuff. One thing that bothered me, the thing that actually bothered me the most about Battlestar Galactica is the last couple of seasons, you could tell the middle episodes were fucking just pure D-list bullshit, completely irrelevant. Even the cinematography and the music wasn't as good. The plots were about nothing. And they were clearly saving it for like the beginning and ends of the seasons where the actual good, interesting shit. But it was like so obvious how shitty the middle episodes were and just how dumb and awkward and clumsy. But still, it was nice. It was cool to watch a show that was good. I mean, I like Better Call Saul. That's good, and I'm fucking as much as I would love to binge that. I actually like,
It's
having
nice
every
nowadays that
Sunday a new episode.
We could very easily just take or leave anything. And it also helps that we have like just a piracy site.
Yeah, I'm
So
so glad now. The one that, not like the Pirate Bay where my ISP is going to be like, you went to piratebay.org, you can fucking, we'll shut down your server, fuck you. Fake it. Even AT&T never gave me bullshit about that. Thanks, AT&T. Wow. But, anyway, za again. I've said za in better towns than this. But, yeah, the fucking Threshold. I remember watching Threshold, and I remember watching it and being like, "Whew, oh, yikes,
for me,
arena."
actually, I mean, I hated Threshold because it was very silly, but
It
I
was
hated
dumb,
Twisted because it was
boring.
so incredibly boring.
Yeah, like Threshold in comparison is actually a good episode because at least it's stupid. It's kind of stupid fun. In fact, didn't SF Debris give that a higher rating than Twisted? Twisted he gave like a 0, and Threshold he gave a 2, and he's like, at least it's funny. At
I think
least
he
it's
gave
stupid.
Threshold a 1. Actually, I'm not sure. I think he gave Threshold a 0.
Well, that's earning a 0. It's certainly deserving of a 0, just because it's like so fuck it. He turns into it. His tongue falls out. Oh no! And then they turn into
That
giant
was actually the
newts.
funny part is his tongue falls out, and then he's got like 15 minutes of dialogue
Yes, it's
and a
like,
fucking entire monologue to deliver
oh god. And I
out
feel
of
bad for
tongue.
the cast because the cast was good. They deserved better than that, and they eventually got
That was
better.
actually also one of the other things about like TNG and DS9 is there was actually just stronger characterization for
Hmm.
all of the characters.
I mean, that's why people love fucking Garrick. Like, even fucking Bashir, who was annoying at for that was his character in the beginning of DS9 was annoying doctor. He was the guy who's excited for the frontier medicine. Oh no, you better not say that around the fucking Bajorans are gonna just get so cunty. Fucking Major Kira. Major Kira, before she's made, she doesn't deserve to be a major yet because of her fucking attitude. But she's just like, you're just a frontier, huh? You're good to. And it's like, okay, fucking bitch. Hey,
Relax,
shut
take
up,
a
bitch.
take a Midol and chill out.
Take a space my doll, hit her with the power of shut up, bitch. In space. But I mean, even Kira, fucking, her character refined and got better. She wasn't just the hot-headed. That was
Hell,
the
even the holographic lounge singer is a better character than a lot of the shit we got from fucking
even Voyager.
Voyager. Let
Yeah,
alone fucking enter or not even Enterprise, but fucking
the
uh
Discovery and all that shit.
Discovery.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing. Like B'Elanna Torres was pretty much one note. Is after SF Debris summed her up as she's either gonna get mad, fix something, or fuck someone, and that's like every episode she's in, and it's like pretty much true, pretty much. Um, but yeah, as opposed to DS9, where if they sort of start off that way and they grow and change, it's like fucking Bashir ends up being fucking eugenics war, secret eugenics war master race, and nobody knew the whole time. But in a way, you can like he's a smart doctor, and he cures
It
the
fits into his
genophage and all that
character.
shit
It's interesting how it fits into the backstory of his character. It
without
works
needing hints. You don't necessarily need hints necessarily.
because
It
they
just
clearly
works.
didn't have the plan to do that ahead of time.
Yeah, as God Howard said, it just works. But
God did that word.
yeah, that's it's one of the many great things about DS9, and Voyager didn't really have that. Voyager still had good stuff eventually, but yet not anywhere near the level of TNG and DS9. Um, but yeah, just the scenes of like Garrick and Bashir like sitting down to fucking have lunch or whatever. Those are always great. Those are always great scenes, and so they definitely had better work on there. I was moving on to the next tweet. Um, just 82nd clones the charm, Lieutenant Rowe, but try to keep yourself out of harm's way this time. Deep Space Nine is under new management now that the founders, disguised as an autistic white tech guy from Africa, have bought it, which is in response to, I think, a Ensign Rowe fucking tweet that's just gone, suspended now. Welcome back, Rowe. Well, I guess not anymore. Return of the King. I clicked on the fucking answer and wrote tweet, which this tweet is from a suspended account. Gee, thanks Twitter. Even with that autistic man taking over. Next one is the nerdy kid and the Chads meme, but it's all Star Trek. It's STBR version, and the nerdy kid is going, "Greetings, Star Trek fans. I'm curious to learn more on Gene Roddenberry's vision for Star Trek, particularly how it pertains to modern politics. Anyone know a good book to read?" And then Odo saying, "Smoking K2 with my cop uncle right now," and then Data going, "Interesting how every civilization developed a hollow earth theory independent of each other." And fucking Riker going, "You're very mature for your age. I would love to continue this conversation over Discord." Oh no.
No.
Groomer Riker. That was the other part of the early STBR was a Groomer Riker was that was his character in a way. Here the next one is Grand Nagus Zach saying, "About to drop the hardest album in the Gamma Quadrant." It's fucking Wayun surrounded by a bunch of Jem'Hadar.
They're standing there like it's an NWA album cover.
Yeah, it looks almost just like a Straight Outta Compton. The hardest motherfucking artists in the Gamma Quadrant. It's a race to second class, so get your ass up against the wall, bitch. Last one for now from Alt-Right Barclay.
This one is this next one, the Dr. Thunder universe.
Yeah, this will the next video will cover some of the Dr. Thunder memes because I completely forgot about that.
Drink for a more civilized time.
Yes, exactly. A warrior's drink, if you will. But this
I didn't know who you were talking about until I even got a hint.
Yeah, the fucking. I already forgot her name again. No, Tasha.
I'm completely whacked.
Yeah, Tasha. Yeah, that's the thing. We're at opposite ends of whacked. You're about to go to sleep, and I'm just waking up. We're sleeping. They got us working in shifts. Leads. Anyways. Yeah, the last one is just this. Is it Dr. Thunder is providing shards of starlight to rain down upon the Star Trek world of this incredible world.
Future. It's a elegant drink for a more civilized time.
Yes. I'm sure I can't play too much of this because it would be like, it's copyright struck for the music, but whatever. It will still be that. It will be copyright struck because of Dr. Thunder, though. But, yeah, we'll clearly going to have probably another 2 parts. So if you're actually still watching all this goofy-ass shit, look forward to like almost an entire month's worth of Star Trek but racist videos. Yay! On Shittywebcomics Weekly. And somebody even replied to me being like, "Are there comics? Does STBR have comics?" And it's like, no, I'm just stretching the definition of comic. Because actually, there's something we've been saying for a while is I unironically believe that like every meme, like this here, I do technically consider these to be comics because it's an image with text. It's like sort of telling a joke or a story or something. That's really what comics are. And it's like it can just be a photograph. I really believe every meme, every image macro essentially is just a simplified version of a comic. So that's why we've been saying for a while now is comics are actually bigger than ever and more widely read than ever. It's just in this form. And it's in a way that's, not really sellable. You can't sell this for money. But it is a way that people communicate more is through images with visuals. Sometimes just the picture with fucking the text in the tweet. I technically consider this to be like a comic. I consider this to be art. Unironically, a high art, perhaps. Maybe not high art technically, like the way people consider it, but I do. I consider it that way. I don't give a fuck. Fuck it. Fuck it. But if you don't want to fuck it, If you want to be kept up with all the cool shit, these episodes will. It's too late now. If you're watching this for free, it's too late for the warning. But I've uploaded these episodes under the $1 strange support tier on our Subscribe Star. So if you want to see the next episodes that are coming up, they will be on our Subscribe. If you're listening to this right now for free, if you could give us $1 on Subscribe Star, you can watch the next episodes immediately. As soon as I record them, which will probably not be tonight. I think Brother's going to sleep, which is fine. We'll get into not just the Dr. Thunder stuff, but there's some other really good shit that I didn't even fucking see before regarding William Shatner and Denise Crosby specifically. And Armis. Armis will be making an appearance in either the next one or it might be the last episode. If people keep sending me, if the STBR community keeps sending me more good stuff, I will just keep adding it to the list, and we'll just do more and more and more fucking episodes about these. Because hey, it's like all free content for us. It's fine with me. But yeah, if you want to get access, if you want to check out our other bonus videos that have nothing to do with any of this, you can give us money on our Subscribe Star as well. We got bunches and bunches of video every 5 days, new video exclusive to the Subscribe Star. So enjoy that, and should have listened to Shitty Webcomics.